All right, we are live. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Roszko Show. Tonight, we have a special episode because tonight we got a special guest. Water Boy Nova will be joining us, and we're going to be talking about copping sneakers in 2021. We're going to get a perspective from someone who bought. We're going to learn about that stuff and see how we can use it, in the near future, of how it can help us cop shoes. Roszko turned into a botter. I knew that was going to come. No, you know what? We're all YouTubers. I thought it'd be a cool guest. I honestly would. He seems from his videos a really nice guy. So I thought it'd be cool to, talk to him and just learn about this stuff, especially what's going on right now with the sneaker game, with the sneakers app being a total mess. You guys telling me all these new bots are coming out. So, might as well have them on, talk about this stuff and figure it all out. What's up, World Record Egg? What's up, guys? I appreciate you guys coming in through real quick, though. I do ask, man, we need to run this thing up. We need to run this thing up. We need to run it. Like it up real quick. Maybe he's gonna give you a free year. I don't need no year, bot. I'm not looking. You know me. I'm not looking. We're staying as is over here. Get some insight on the hardest bite styles off of so we can go manual on those. Yeah, we'll ask him. We'll ask him everything. Maybe Roszko is gonna get a bot. No. No. Like I said, it's just gonna be an interview. Straight up interview. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. You know what we do over here. Nothing's gonna change. But I know he's doing his thing. He's absolutely killing it on YouTube. He's been killing it on YouTube, and that's not debatable. So it'd be cool. It'd be cool to get to know him and see what websites we need to stay away from, right? See what websites we need to stay away from. So I do want to say though,
Let's get ready to rumble!
we will. We're gonna get him in real quick. We're gonna get him in. What time does it start? We're gonna get him in about 8:05. We're gonna get him in at about 8:05. Hopefully, he goes down. We're gonna set all these equipment up. Though, make sure. Let me get the links ready. Is this going to be a sneaker battle? No. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be a sneaker battle. Ask him to add the cart links. you guys are the ones that want him to cop your shoes for you. So let me send the link over to him real quick and over in Discord. Here. Man, Roscoe's buried. I know JMK just called me and he's like, dude, what are you trying to be a lumberjack? He's like, you're looking like a caveman. I was like, geez. I go to Dunkin' Donuts. I go to Dunkin' Donuts all the time. And the lady over there is just like, dude, what are you doing? You growing a beard? Why didn't that pause? There you go. Thank you. Dance battle. I think he would beat me in that. I think he would beat me in that for sure. Roszko, my man, Hawaii in the house, man. Shout out to Hawaii. I appreciate it. We'll just wait. Wait for him to come through. I know he's probably getting set up. Roszko, I'm so hyped for you. This is gonna be all it. Appreciate it. You know, I try to get as much guests on. Some people have denied coming on the show, but I'm glad, you know, he's open to come on. I think that was really cool. Your beard is kind of crusty. It's not crusty, man. Are you kidding me? It's just because it's blonde right here. I get blonde and it's dark on the sides. Appreciate it. Moose. Moose. Easy setting up your bot, bro. No, he's not. He said 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Yeah, we'll get anybody. Usually some of the guests that I've had on is because you guys reached out. I'll keep it low key. Like some of my guests in the past have came on the show because you guys spammed them in the DMs or reached out to them personally and had them, hey, come on the Roszko Show. So whatever guest you want, reach out to them, tell them to come on. I do want to make an announcement though. We will be live tomorrow. We will be live tomorrow morning for the Pharrells, and then Saturday we'll be live too. So we're doing back-to-back lives. Joe from Complex, get him on. We're not there yet. Maybe one day. I'm hoping maybe we can get some NBA players on. You know, it'd be pretty cool to get some NBA players on or some NFL players since it's the off season. That'd be pretty cool. Nova setting up his task for their sneaker battle. Oh man, it's pretty cool. I reached out to Kanye West, but he hasn't answered me yet. Oh, okay, I appreciate it. Get PJ Tucker. That'd be cool. It'd be pretty cool. I don't think we'd be there yet. We got to get like, you know, we got to get some people on. Nate Robinson would be cool. Lamar Odom, all of them. Yeah, it's all about connections, man. All about connections. You know, I'm doing my networking on my end. We're gonna keep networking. But I'm excited. You ready? You all set? I'm excited, man, to have this have a special guest on. I think you guys already know who it is. But man, let's get him in here. We have Water Boy Nova. What's up, man?
What's up? What's up? How's everything? Can you hear me all right?
I can hear chat. Can you hear him? Hear him? I just want to start off by saying, hey, I appreciate you coming on. I really do, for making this happen.
Thanks for having me.
So I'd start off with just asking, like, straight off, just like, what was the last shoe you cooked on?
The last shoe that I cooked on.
Yeah.
I can't tell you because might be some spoilers. So that's
is this
part
a video
of it.
coming up? Video coming up?
Well, yeah, there was a drop today. So did I get it? Did I not get it? We're gonna have to find out on the next episode.
Yeah. So, you know, I wanted to have you on just to come and talk about sneaker copping and
Sure.
In 2021 of how it's changed in a little bit. And I know we come from different perspectives. I say manual, you're obviously botting. But I want to just start off by asking too, is like, how long you been in the game for? Have you been doing this for a while, or was this something that's been started for like a couple of years now?
I haven't been reselling for that long, but I've been a sneakerhead for quite a while. Not that long. Basically, when the Fire Red 4s came out, I think in 2012, that's when I started to like that's when I was really intrigued by the sneaker culture, but not something that I really dabbled into because at the time I just didn't have money. So after I got a job, I started to like buy used sneakers since like I believe Jordans at the time were like super duper hype. Like Jordans would be like $400, you know, even if they were GRs. So yeah, I've been a sneakerhead for a while, but as far as reselling, I think it's only been about 3 or 4 years. I started in 2018. 3
And
years.
then you went straight into just botting, or is this something that you catch on, or were you always had a background with programming or like that kind of side?
It was kind of just like, uh, so at the time I was trying to get sources of income,
Mhm.
and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try reselling. So then I managed to do a manual cop on Supreme for the NBA Air Force Ones, and then I flipped it, and I was like, oh shoot, if I had a bot, then I'd be able to flip like a lot more shoes. So, but I just tried to stay manual for as long as possible, but it came to a point where it's like, dude, I'm sick of it. I gotta change something up. I keep taking L's, so that's how
Yeah.
I got into botting.
I feel like that's well, I get that question a lot. I know in my chat where people would like we caught manually, and then if we take our L's, we complain, and
Hmm.
then we're like, oh, I'm just gonna turn over to the dark side and buy a
Yeah,
bot. But I don't think people realize like people who like you bought you're going from multiple pairs. You have to, right? You can't just
yeah,
get one pair, personal pair, and that's it.
absolutely. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. And I believe that's one of the biggest misconceptions. A lot of the sneakerheads who bought in order to get some personals, they still need to get multiple pairs because they have to pay off their proxies or bot rentals or cook groups and all these other costs associated with it. And on top of that, botting is still hard too. So if you manage to cop from like one release, you don't know if you're going to cop for the next like 5 releases or so. Sometimes people just have dry spells. It's very normal. So and despite whether or not you cop or you don't cop, you still have to pay for all of those operating expenses.
It's not guaranteed. It's just because you have a
Yeah.
bot, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Especially since these websites have these been like these that's one thing I want to get into is like has these websites been making it difficult, or is it still you guys are still ahead of the game in a way, like you're one step, always ahead of these websites that keep switching things up?
Right. It really depends on the platform, but my philosophy is if a human can do it, then a bot can do it. It's really that simple. But in general, like you can bot anything. Um, but of course, there are some platforms that are much harder to bot. Some platforms that are also like progressively getting more and more difficult. But generally, uh, bots are able to like keep up for the most part.
Yeah, like for like a couple of drops, like say like I think you the reason why I mean I wanted to have you on because you had some great insight on the Notra drop.
Right.
And you said possibly because, when I flipped out, because I was like, why did they get double Q?
Hmm.
You said that questionably I might have been like a bot in an instance because I refreshed
Right.
too fast.
Yeah.
So there's levels to this, huh? There's like really like legit levels to this stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I think definitely I saw a lot of my comments. People were really upset, like, "Oh, this guy doesn't even know the answer. He was so slow." But I got queued, and then I just never got out of the queue. But the thing with the queue is that if you can get basically what's called throttled. So if you keep on refreshing the page, Shopify will basically flag your IP address and basically make it much, much slower for you. For me, all I had to do was refresh well, I refreshed a few times, maybe like 3 or 4 times, like right at the dot. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they dropped a little bit late, but I wasn't refreshing over and over and over again. That's why I say to like to people who are like, oh, what do I do to get into like reselling? I'm like, just join a cook group, because if you had no cook group, then you didn't have a choice but to risk your IP address getting throttled. In my case, I was just waiting for like the ping from my staff members or like from the monitor, and then the moment it pops up, I just click on it, and I didn't really have to refresh like crazy.
Yeah, because I mean, I think when the website went live, it just like it froze a little bit, and then you had to keep refreshing it,
Yeah.
and then it
You
finally
see,
turned
here's
on.
here's I think what went wrong with Noter in particular. Um, I might be mixing it up with another drop, but if I remember correctly, they dropped 30 seconds late. So of course, when that drop time comes around, like right at the second, you're gonna refresh it like crazy because you don't want to
Yeah,
miss it, obviously. But
yeah.
they ended up dropping 30 seconds late. So what that did for the manual users is a lot. I would imagine a lot of them got throttled because like 30 seconds passed by and nothing is showing up on the website yet. Of course, you're gonna keep refreshing and then end up getting your IP flagged.
I love those types of drops. Those first come first serves, like straight up, because it is like I mean, I feel like it gives me like a good chance
Mhm.
because but it also you need that luck too. Like you just said, like they just drop it 30 seconds late. You refresh too soon, you're screwed. You refresh
Yep.
too late, you're too slow. But does that really make a difference by like adding a question? I know that's like one thing that we've always talked about is like, oh, they add a question that's gonna help us. Does that really
Yeah.
make a difference?
In general, it depends on their method. Sometimes, in general, it doesn't make that much of a difference because if bots end up working, then it just goes through the checkout process, like if the bot would automate the checkout process, and you have to answer the question. But if you're a manual user, then you still have to like manually go through the fields, right? And
Yeah.
it's more or less the same thing. But for some drops, I do have to say Shopify does a really good job at stopping bots. For example, the Noda release, the Jordan 4 Union release, and there's some other ones that is slipping my mind right now. But Shopify, in my opinion, for really, really important releases, they do like a pretty decent job if they decide to use anti-bot measures. So
Which is the ones, I don't know if you want to call them out, but which is the ones that's just so easy? Like, this is like taking
so
meat from a
easy.
baby. Because I remember, I remember like there was one video you posted, and
Yeah.
everybody kept coming over to my stream because you literally cooked like 40 plus pairs from one site. And I was just like, we are never featuring them on my channel ever again. That website is done. I think I know what it is, but I just
Is
wanted
it
to
Shoe Palace?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was we called the Bot Palace.
Yeah. Palace bot. Yeah. You had it switched around, but yeah, that was good. Um, getting botting that not going manual on that old website was just straight trash. Like you would just waste so much time because it was like that 2 minute queue thing. I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember, or if you personally went for any Shoe Palace drops before they switched over to Shopify. So yeah, that was great.
I haven't even attempted a while. You know what about Foot Locker? I've noticed Foot Locker is kind of like I
Foot
see you
Locker
guys
is
cooking a
pretty
lot.
easy.
Yeah, I see you
Yeah,
guys cook on Foot Locker a lot.
yeah.
Um, but that's interesting.
Well, I would say it's mainly because they have a lot of stock, like usually tens of thousands, like if it's generally a high stock release. So it's pretty easy for people to hit a lot of pairs.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm just trying to get one. So it's like, and then like just try to do
Right.
manually. All I have is like technically what one task because I'm just doing it once, and then you would probably run it how many tasks on each one? At least 10, 20, 30,
Yeah, a
40?
lot.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can still go manual with like multiple browsers. Like you can basically change your IP address. Well, you first you need proxy and then change your IP address on each browser, and then like basically you could be in multiple queues at the same time. So there are ways to still like properly go for releases and so have a chance to get even one, even if you don't have a bot. Probably just need proxies and some know-how, like how to like get all your browsers to pop up and stuff like that. So there's definitely ways to still go manual and get it. You just kind of got to know what you're doing.
It's not as easy as it used to be.
Yeah.
Uh, Another thing gets brought up a lot is the cost.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of like, I mean, a lot of kids out there, maybe like in their teenagers or even younger, that always say like, I'm gonna do botting. Or botting's not that expensive.
Hmm.
How expensive is it? Let's be like not like I'm talking not like just one that's it's gonna hit barely. I'm talking one that's gonna hit consistently. That's reliable.
Yeah. I think it really depends on like the person a lot because it basically in all of my videos I say like you could get like the most expensive bots, but if you don't know what you're doing, like you're not getting anything. Like that's it. um but yeah, that's really it. There's no really such thing as like getting that one bot and then reliably hitting, because if the person doesn't know how to use a bot, or if he doesn't have the right team to back him up to help him, like let's say his cook group sucks or whatever, then there's a high likelihood that that person is not going to cop. And that's really it. You can't just be like, oh, if that's why whenever people ask me about like, oh, what's my setup, I always tell them like, me telling you my setup really isn't going to help you all that much, because you still have to know like the nuances of like botting and like how to adapt. So it's really experience. There's also sometimes where someone who's like a super expert who has like tons of bots like goes for releases, sometimes they can go on dry spells too, so it's really hard to say.
Now, is this like how like I assume you can't just do like I just log on, I'm ready to go. Get on my phone, I'm ready to go.
Mhm.
How long does it take you to get set up? Like, I assume you have to, like, open all these programs, put
Yeah.
all the proxies in, like, it must take, what, hours?
Yeah. So for like major releases, it would probably take me like several hours to try and, because here's the thing. You want to set up for like major releases. So I would say like the mochas and the Yeezy 350 breads, it took me like a whole day, because for every single platform, you want to make sure that your setup is on point. And that's like for every single website that's releasing. And sometimes you have some bots working better on other websites. So you got to like really learn how to manage everything. So yeah, it does take a really long time. But if it's like a minor release, sometimes I could set up in like 20 minutes. But that's if like, oh, if it's like a Shopify website that's dropping um, one pair of shoes, then it's pretty easy to set up. But for
Mhm.
major releases and you're really trying to go all out,
So,
then
like
it
a
could take a
350
while.
V2 GR or like a Jordan
Yeah.
1 GR in a way?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Now I also wanted to ask you too about this rumor or something about with the sneakers app. What's going on with the sneakers app? Is there a bot out there that is cooking on sneakers app that's
Yeah.
happening this year? Yeah.
Yeah. It depends. Also, it depends on the region. A lot of people don't realize that like, or it's really easy to mix it up. For example, if you're from Japan, the way you would bot sneakers would be somewhat different from if you were to bot it in the US. But yeah, there is a bot that cooks sneakers, but it's a huge gamble. Like the way that sneakers work is that if Nike decides to reset like every single account, then basically it's possible that you would have just thrown away thousands of dollars of worth of
What?
Nike accounts. Yeah. So
So
let's say you buy 500 Nike accounts, and let's say each Nike account costs $2.50. So that's $1,250. So if let's say like you just bought it, you just bought the account, and then all of a sudden Nike does a sweep, it's possible that you just lost that money.
that'd be a
So
huge L.
yeah.
Um, that's interesting. But like, is this new though? Is this something that's been happening recently, or has this been around for a while? We just haven't been paying attention because I've noticed this app has been acting up like crazy this year,
Right.
and everyone's assuming that this could be it. Is that? Yeah, I know you're not going to probably give it all out, but I don't know. Just wanted to ask you that. Is it
I would say it's Nike. It's Nike's website.
okay?
But as far as sneakers botting, it's actually been around for quite a long time. But there was a period, I believe, in 2019 or 2018 when like sneakers botting was just non-existent. And then
Really?
after that, yeah. And then after that, there was a couple of bots that came out that kind of like cracked the code and are consistently copying on Nike. But when it comes to Nike releases, a lot of it's just luck, really. Like sometimes you can have like 1,000 accounts and not hit anything, and then sometimes some beginner who's using it for the first time has 10 accounts and he hits like 3. That's very possible. So yeah, a lot of it is luck.
So
Definitely a
is this
gamble.
what you were talking about? Like with, I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Is
Sure.
this what you were talking about? Like how it's different from Japan? Like this has been going around today like crazy on the
Dude,
internet.
I
It's
can't.
how is this
That
how is
can't
this
be
set
real.
up? It's not real, you don't think?
I don't think that's real. That's just so much. You could just save so much money with a bot. Like, look how many iPhones that is.
It's like
Hundreds of dollars for a single entry. Like,
how would you do this? Like it would the program, whatever the server that it's hooked up would automatically enter it, or someone because the old that looks like the old iPhone where you have to do, like, finger ID or you have to enter it in, right? Or let me guess.
yeah, maybe if that was anywhere close to like reality, then I would imagine they would have some sort of macro on the phones to push the buttons for them. But even that would be pretty risky
So
because
this is
there's
probably something Photoshop. Someone photoshopped it
yeah,
and
yeah,
like
that's definitely that. I don't think that's real because first of all, that's not even like cost efficient. Just buy a bot and buy Nike accounts, and that's it. Really, no one's doing that.
I have seen like I know some of you guys out there in the chat will not say anything, but you guys have tagged me, and like I know some people will do like the best we could do manually is have like our family phones
Yeah,
falling
yeah.
around and
That's
stuff.
definitely the way to do it. If you just don't have a bot, just take as many devices as you can and just, do it that way. You can also do it through the browser. Yeah.
Browser.
Yeah. But you do need like phone numbers for each account. You can
Yeah, that's
actually
great.
just buy accounts though. Like let's say you want to make 25 entries and buy 25 accounts and then make 25 different Chrome users and then change the IP for each Chrome user and then there you go, 25 entries. It's significantly more complicated, not complicated, but I'm saying it like oh you just do it, right? But like when it comes to drop time, things just end up breaking. Like nothing like what you plan for is very possible that like only 3 accounts actually register or like maybe some of your accounts get banned. So yeah, you got to just be ready for anything. But yeah, you can do that with the browser too. You don't even need like a bunch of iPhones and stuff. Just buy the accounts.
Because like even when it comes to the drop, things can change, right? Like, isn't it like something like an update goes through, like a bot will have an update or something like that right before the drop? That
Yeah.
happens sometimes, and then you gotta like you gotta sometimes like within a couple minutes you gotta change your whole setup.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Does
But
it?
what I was referring to, like when things don't go your way, in particular with a manual with a manual cop, use like if you're trying to enter Nike accounts, like really fast, like let's say you have 25 accounts and you're trying to enter it like in 3 minutes, all of those accounts, there's a good chance that like at least a bunch of them are gonna have trouble entering because if you try. Well, earlier today when I was trying to enter for the dunks, like I was having trouble. It was like, oh, there's something wrong with your payment. Try again. I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? Right. So
Yeah.
you're probably gonna get a bunch of those. You might get network error. You might not log into some of the accounts. Like there's a lot that can go wrong. So
Interesting. Now, obviously, I don't think. I mean, people are throwing out like all these names: TSB, Dragon. I don't know any of that stuff. But I would have those some of the top bots that are out there. Is there like a certain one, or is it like specific too? Is it like one's good for this site, or this one's this good for Supreme? Is it like separated like that?
it's more like that. It's more like that. Yeah.
Okay.
But there are some bots that support multiple websites. But even when it comes to bots that does support multiple websites, if you have a lot of bots and you want to take your job super seriously, then ideally you want to use the bots that work the best on each platform. For example, let's say bot 1 supports Shopify, Finish Line, Foot Locker. Bot 2 supports the same exact bots, but these 2 bots can perform differently on each platform. So it's kind of like that if you have like a lot of bots, but that's usually not the case for most people.
Now, is there? Let me guess. There's one that cooks Easy Supply, right? Easy Supply get cooked.
Yeah. There's a lot of bots that are pretty good on Easy
I'm gonna have to
Supply.
give my friend over there. I'll have to give him a hard time. Is someone's asked how good is your computer? Does the computer matter? Do you have to have like a $5,000 custom PC to operate it with dual monitors? I see some with like 4 monitors.
Yeah.
Do you need all that?
Short answer, no. I actually have a whole video on like what computer specifications would be good enough to bot. But the reason why you don't need a super sick computer is because most of the time you would run your bots on servers. So all the computer power that you need really is enough power to make a remote desktop protocol connection to your server, and that's where you're going to be operating your bot, and the server is going to be taking the load of the bot instead of your computer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then someone's asking like I know in the chat I see you guys are asking tons of questions. We'll get to most of them later on. But someone keeps bringing up how much does Dragon cost. I don't know what's Dragon is. Dragon like
That's a
top
good
tier?
question. Dragon is a Nike bot. Yeah. So a lot of people
Who comes
who
up with these
sells
names?
mids.
I see the shit bot, Dragon, like who comes up
The
with these
shit bot
names?
is quite an egregious name. Dragon though, it is quite fitting. It's a Chinese bot, so it makes sense, right?
Okay.
But yeah, it's quite expensive. I don't know the current market price right now, but last time I checked, it was $20,000.
Oh, shit. You gotta use
Yeah.
20. Wait, so it's one program, 20K on your computer?
In the aftermarket, like they charge $1,000 retail price, but if you were to buy it from somebody else, I think you would have to pay like $20,000 or
And
so.
I
But
assume you
yeah,
probably would split that, right? You'd split that with people, right? Or something in
that's
that
not a
way?
bad idea.
Well, no, I'm giving all these ideas. No.
Here's the thing: the people that really use that bot, first of all, that the bot itself is really expensive, and second of all, if you're going to be using that bot the way most people who own that bot do, is like they would need to have like really good connections in terms of like who to sell sneakers to. Like for example, the Jordan 1 mid and low market in Asia is pretty hot right now. So if you have somebody that's just willing to buy every single low and mid, then that bot is probably worth getting.
Okay.
For most people, it's probably not worth getting unless you know like where to sell those sneakers. Those are the people that use Dragon, I would say mostly do like volume sales, like real like big volume sales.
Now, where is this? What's the root? Where is the root of this all coming from? Like, who's creating these bots? Is this like, are these coming from overseas? Like, these people like programmers from like ex Microsoft, Apple, or something, or IBM? Like,
They
who's
all
creating
they
these?
all come from all
Do
walks
you
of
know
life.
these people?
I know a few of them.
You know a few of them?
Yeah. So some of these guys are like
They must be
16
like
years old.
16.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
16
these
years
people work for
old.
the government.
Yeah. It's very surprising. Kids these days are super duper smart. Like, who knows what I was doing when I was 16 years old.
Because that's like coding. That's like, I can't even imagine how you can create
Yeah.
something like that.
You know, Cyber Soul. It's considered by a lot of people to be the best bot. Because generally it's like really reliable. I believe the project was started by the founder when he was 15, and yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna have to give you.
crazy.
Hey, maybe you can hook me up with the interview with those guys in the near future.
I'll reach out to some. So I'll
Yeah,
see, because it would be really really interesting to listen to them talk their like process and stuff.
yeah, 'cause it's just like how would it even like come about? Like, how did it like? Just some of this stuff I will admit just goes above and beyond me, because let's face it, when I work, I call the IT department if anything breaks down, if at my old job or something. So I can
Yeah,
only imagine like programming and creating a bots and I
right.
assume it's not just for sneakers because you could probably use it for
For
whatever
other
you want.
stuff, yeah, exactly.
Pokemon cards if you wanted to or something, right? I bet that's a thing now, right?
Yeah,
So
definitely. They're definitely like, it's definitely like really lucrative, but I think a lot of people too, they just another thing is like there's no reason to not learn something. Like basically with the power of the internet, you can just learn whatever you want. So a lot of
true.
these kids who are like really dedicated and put their time into it, they make fortunes and make a really good product, So kudos to them.
That's what used to be YouTube, right? You used to go to YouTube and like learn how to do something, like a how to.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
do you
Still
have
still
videos
is the
like that?
case.
Do you have videos like that, or for people to like learn, or are you just
Yeah,
kind
I
of
have
staying
a
away from
few.
that?
I have a few. I stopped making tutorials though because like my time ended up is like really consumed by editing my videos. Like my videos just take forever to edit. So it's basically like every waking hour just editing. So it really prevented me from like branching out my content, but hopefully I can change this year.
How long you been on YouTube, right? You been a couple years or longer?
Well, my main YouTube channel has been around since 2019, so not that long. Yeah,
Wow, dude, good. Congrats on that, man.
thank you.
Where you at?
What people don't realize that I've actually been on the platform for like over a decade. But it's
Doing
just
what?
that I used to do like gaming stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
you game? You
mainly
game?
gaming stuff. Not that much anymore, but
Okay.
yeah, I was. Now I don't have time to do anything but go for drops and edit videos. Unfortunately.
I feel you. I feel you on that.
Yeah, but yeah, the grind, it has been real. It's not like just I just like, oh hey, I'm gonna go make videos and boom, I'm like super successful on YouTube. The grind has been real. Like I've been editing videos for like basically all my life just because it's something that I like to do. And it's just all those years of just sheer experience is kind of like what helped me, develop my style.
Is that what you wanted to do? Is make YouTube videos, or it was just something that came about where you just looked at as like, okay, I'm botting, let's make another side hustle and see, maybe people are interested in checking my content out.
Yeah, it
Was
was
that
kind of like that. I never really being a YouTuber wasn't something that was just like, yo, I want to be a YouTuber or whatever. Like when I was like small, it was not like a dream of mine per se, but it was definitely possible. But in terms of like how it started, I had a job, right, doing digital marketing and business development. And I was basically thinking to myself, if I have the tools to basically help this company like get really big, then why don't I just do it for my own company? So
yeah.
then I was like, you know what? This web series idea that I have in my head is like super fire. So I'm gonna just start with that and then see where it takes us. And here we are.
You do have a catchy intro. I will
Thank
say
you.
that.
Yeah. Th-
um,
Definitely one tip I would say for any content creators or aspiring content creators is that every single video needs a hook because people's attention spans are like nothing. It's like if you don't hook them into your video within the first 5 to 10 seconds, they're gone. That's it. So definitely have a hook for every single one of your videos. It doesn't even have to be an opening like mine, but just make sure that you grab the audience's attention and you keep it throughout the whole video.
Now this might be a kind of, I don't. You might not know the answer to this one, but I'm gonna ask you anyways. What's the goal? What's your goal? Like, what
I don't
are you
know.
trying to be the biggest? Are you trying to be the biggest YouTuber on the platform, or
That's
are you
nuts.
trying to strive to be something bigger? Like what's the end? What are you thinking on the end line?
It's
Do
hard
you
to
want to open up
say.
your own store? Do you want to open up your own sneaker store, or just
Um,
doing this as a side?
I'm really not sure. Just because I have like a lot of projects that I'm doing in addition to YouTube behind the scenes. So I'm just taking it one step at a time. But for now, YouTube is basically my job, is how I pay for my bills and stuff. So I just gotta just like any other job, just gotta keep working,
Yeah.
But and then while I'm doing YouTube, like I said, I have other projects behind the scenes. So hopefully those are also very valuable and very lucrative. So yeah, just taking it one step at a time, see what happens.
Now, where do you sell your shoes? Do you sell it to your subscribers or followers, or do you have like a place that you kind of go to? Or
It
do you sell
just
on
depends.
StockX? Or
First of all, I don't sell to subscribers and followers because the premise of my video is like, hey, you can do this. Like, I'm like, you can start buying and selling sneakers like me. Um, you just gotta like learn how to ease into it, and then that's why I don't sell to like my subscribers, because then that would be like, oh, the reason why he can sell for such good prices is because he's just selling to his subscribers. What about me? I don't have any subscribers, so I don't want people to have that idea. That's why I don't sell to my subscribers, but I might do it in the future. Maybe if I take a break from my web series, then I might sell inventory to my subscribers. But as of right now, it's just not something that I'm doing.
yeah,
I
'cause
would
I
say
think
though, like if I need the money, then I'm gonna do it. Like, yeah,
someone said, yeah, would you run for people? Like, I don't think you offer that, right? You wouldn't.
no,
Are you
I
doing that?
don't.
No, no.
No, because I,
Okay.
I gotta I gotta run for myself. So
Yeah.
like I
Someone jokingly said, hey, what is it? Roscoe's Botter is Botter Boy Nova now. I was like laughing. I was like, no, no, no. But okay. So you don't run slots or none of that.
no, well, not yet. Anyway, no,
Okay.
probably you probably don't. People don't wouldn't want my slots. I suck.
So what can I ask you? Just what was the best cook? what besides like the not like the multiples, but like what was one shoe that you cooked that you actually liked that was like one of your favorite shoes?
Oh, definitely the trophy room Jordan 5s. I didn't keep a pair for myself just because it doesn't
What?
make sense. It doesn't make sense to. Well, this is my personal philosophy. I love the shoe. Like, first of all, the shoe is gorgeous. Like, I could just look at that all day. But at the same time, this is the way I look at it. If somebody walks up to you, right here, you can have a pair of shoes, or you can have $2,000. Like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna pick? Like 10 out of 10, I'm gonna pick $2,000. So that's why I haven't kept a pair for myself. I still have them, by the way. I'm just kind of like holding on to them. I'm probably
What?
never gonna sell them. Just kind of like a collector kind of thing.
How many
Um,
pairs? Just one? Just one for you?
I had 6. I sold one by accident on Flight Club for $1,000. But I have no, sorry. I have I had 5. I got 5. I sold one on Flight Club for $1,000 by accident, and then the other 4 are sitting in my closet.
Wow.
Yeah,
Those have I remember they were like sort of they weren't bricks,
they were
but they were
$400.
yeah, they were $400.
Yeah,
That's it.
ridiculous.
I'm kicking myself for not even buying a pair right after. But
Yeah, a lot of people definitely are. That goes the same for like a lot of other shoes too, like the Jordan 1 Zoom Racer Blues, Jordan 1 Zoom Racer
oh
Blues.
yeah, yeah.
Oof, those are easy.
I said that was one of my favorite Jordan 1s of last year, like in the past, and people
Yeah.
clown me and said, "Oh,
Oh,
those are like Dior's, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Watch them go up, watch them go up," and they
yep.
definitely did.
Yeah, definitely. I'm kind of beating myself up over and like not going harder for that. Like, I wanted one as a personal, and then like I thought my shoes, because Jordan 1s fit, like, I don't know, they fit true to size, but I wanted to try like going half a size lower, and
Mhm.
like basically the pair that I got for myself just didn't fit. So
Wow.
that sucks. But yeah, those went up like crazy.
Went crazy. Now, this is
Yeah.
actually a pretty good leadway into where do you think the market is gonna go here in 2021? Do you think are we just gonna still ride this dunk wave, or you think the market's gonna correct itself? Do you think things are gonna come down a little bit with everything going on in the world? Like, what's your mind? What are you strategizing a little bit different? Are you going for mids now? Are you going for lows? Like,
I'm
what's the
gonna say
strategy?
I'm gonna say I'm definitely not the guy to ask, just because first of all, I haven't been in like the reselling game for that long. So
Okay.
definitely people have like a much better intuition as to where the market is gonna go. And especially with these crazy times, and like how the economy might end up being maybe like a half a year from now. It's really hard to say.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, I think if I had to take just any guess, I would say that Jordan 1s in general would not be as profitable as they were 2 years ago, because they are pumping them out like
Yeah.
crazy.
They are.
Like crazy.
They
I
are.
don't know if this is like a good analogy to make. Probably not. A lot of people might think I'm crazy, but I remember NMDs were like the thing. Like, NMDs were
They were
like, you can,
everywhere.
yep,
They were expensive too. People went nuts for them.
yeah, exactly. And I'm fearful that the same thing might happen to Jordan 1s. I don't know. It might not, but like I said, I'm not exactly the best at like guessing what prices are gonna go up or down. So yeah, I just hope that it doesn't become way too saturated.
You know
But
what I
we're
think it's gonna
already.
be? I think it's
What do
gonna
you
be
think?
4s. I think 4s are gonna be the next big
4s?
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. You know
I
what?
think
That's probably right.
'cause I said because I remember StockX put something out last year around like December, like about like their market analysis of what's the top selling shoes.
Mhm.
Obviously, it's Jordan 1s and 350 V2s, but 4s were up there. And I
Yeah,
was just like, I was
that's
thinking,
surprising.
yeah, that's what I said. I was like, 4s are up there. And then look at the Black Cat 4s. They shot up like crazy. Someone said the metallic 4s.
Yeah.
And then now I just got these, and I think these are gonna be
Ooh,
I
those are
think these are
nice.
I think these will be probably huge. These aren't just
Yeah.
the neutrals.
Yeah.
So that's
Probably
my
gonna.
that was my like little thing. I thought maybe 4s. I don't know about dunks though. What do you think about dunks? Have you been trying to go for dunks like that?
Yeah, dunks are just like in general, like really hard to get. But they have been like ramping up production for a few models. I heard, not I heard, but like I saw some botters in the EU like absolutely destroyed like those dunk clothes. I believe a lot of people got over 100 pairs, and I was like, wow, like I've never seen that many dunks in like one spot. Like, you know, if you're not a store, like you straight up botted it. So I don't know. We're gonna see. I believe we do have some dunks coming out this month, so we're gonna see what the stock numbers are like on those. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, those are gonna. I think those are all dropping on the foot sites, right? Oh, and they just loaded them up on sneakers today too. I think by
Yeah,
Draw.
right,
Is the
right.
question now? Draw does that change anything for the draws, or is that just again just a raffle bot? Just throws a bunch of names in the
It's the
hat.
same exact thing as far as I know. Same
Okay.
exact, except you just have more time to enter. That's all.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Let's see.
yeah. Dunks is this interesting situation. Um, even like some really really limited ones that are like super hard to get. Those aren't like doing. They have like $40 to $50 profit margins. Like what is happening? Like
Yeah. Did you hit on any of the big ones last year, like Chunky Dunkies or like the Grateful Deads? Do you have any luck with those?
no, no. Uh I would say the only one that is like really big that I hit on. I don't even remember, this was last year, but the Sean Silver. Did I even pronounce that right? Sliver.
The ones that just dropped?
Yeah,
Those are the
yeah,
holiday
yeah,
ones? Yeah, those are
yeah,
nice.
yeah. That's the only one that I got. That's like a really huge deal in my
Yeah,
opinion.
because they're keeping the stock very low on those.
Yeah, I hit that with my Nike bots. I was like, no freak, like I was freaking out, dude. Like I was doing backflips when I hit on Nike.
Now, with your bots can obviously see what's behind the scenes, right? They know what's loaded up, so they can see the exact numbers for sizes. Or can
Yeah.
you? So would you switch it? Say like, okay, there's 800 pairs in a size 8.5, and then there's like, oh, there's less, so there's more. Would you switch it, or do you always stick with your same sizes?
Oh, I don't see like the stock numbers, but
Okay.
recently my group has a plug where we'll be able to see that. So I'm gonna start to basically just go for pairs with the most amount of stock. So
Okay.
that's, yeah.
I wonder
Just
if there's
because,
any strategy involved.
right. Well, actually, now that I think about it, for the longest time, I just try to go for the highest chance. So basically the sizes in the middle, usually between 9 and 12. Instead of like the high risk, high reward, like the 7.5s.
Sixes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I just forget about it. If I get something, like I'm happy, you know?
Because I get that a lot, like in the chat. Like sometimes, like we have like, kids will come in and be like, "What's the best size to get?"
Oh yeah,
And I'm
no.
just like,
Like
obviously,
don't worry.
like I just say go for your size. Just go for your size. And
Yeah, if
hopefully
you're
you
gonna
hit.
wear it, just go for your size.
Yeah, but they always like, oh, go for like the 6, and like, what I'm like, yeah, but that's also one of the hardest shoes to get.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
why?
A lot. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people who are like trying to get into reselling, they're like, who do exactly what you said, like, oh yeah, what's the size that resells for the highest? It's like, well, first of all, you got to worry about like copying the like
Yeah,
non-highest first, like if this is going to be like a really tough drop.
I always laugh at those because I'm like, you just jinx yourself. You just jinx yourself. You're coming in here, you're asking like, what size to get? How much is it? How much
Yeah,
is resale value? Like, you probably already know that before you come in, but
right.
I just I think that's kind of funny. Um, I see you got a bunch of shoes back there, man. You still got a lot of. Are you into investing, or you just straight up? You just because right now you just can't move them, or are you just
No,
waiting?
all right. So here's the thing. In 2019, I made the mistake of basically selling everything super fast, right? So in 2020, I was like, I'm gonna change it up. So now I just hold everything.
You
and
really?
and like everything I cop, I'm holding that. But definitely I have to like find a balance between like, because if I'm not mistaken, like back then, like shoes just go up, but now it's sometimes shoes can go down in value too.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's not as easy.
aka the little
So
Timmies. The little Timmies will cut the price pretty quick.
oh yeah, yeah, definitely. However, I wouldn't like to exactly like put all the blame on them, because really all it is supply and demand. Like even if you got these like 12-year-old kids who gotta like pay their mom's credit card right away, everybody blames them. But the thing is, they managed to get their hands on the shoes. So if they decide to sell for low and then people buy them up, it's, you know, it's just supply and demand, because they just produce too many. So I think definitely I would put more of the blame on like higher supply, more so than like kids just trying to like offload and everything.
Yeah, because I noticed some of the shoes that are even good. Like some shoes, I'd be like, damn, those are pretty good. Like the Notre Dunks that just dropped, the quality's pretty good. Those look good, and then they just been, woof, they went
Oh
down pretty
man.
bad. So people always ask me, "Is like, should I sell? Should I hold?" And I'm like, right now, I just tough. It's really tough.
Yeah, it's hard to say. But yeah, I believe there were a lot of stock for that one, because it took a while for it to sell out. I know, unfortunately, you weren't on the lucky end. Ended up with a.
No,
Sorry for reminding you.
I went for the Orwood too. I went for the harder one. See, you know me, I go for the hard one, man.
Yeah,
I go big or go home. So even for like the
Yeah.
Union drop, you know, I went for like an idiot for the Union 4s. I should have went for the Guavas, because the Guavas had the most stock, I believe, on the site. But I went for the black colorway because I like that one more.
Right.
And I took an L on that one, and I make it difficult too for myself.
You know, I did the same exact thing. I went for the black ones first, and then it sold out. Then I went to the Guavas. But the Guavas are Union exclusive, I think. So I think they're up there now.
Doing better. They're doing way better than the black bear. But I just got mine up there because I wanted to wear them.
Oh, nice.
But hey, chat, we appreciate everybody. Hey, if you guys are in here, make sure you guys like it up. We got Butter Boy Nova joining us tonight. So make sure you guys probably already know who he is. If not, make sure you guys head over to his channel and subscribe. Check it out. He's got a video coming soon. He kind of hinted at it this morning. So make sure you check it out. But hey, like it up. We got to get up to at least 1,000 likes up in here.
How many are you at now?
I don't know. We're not even close.
Well, not even close. Oh, come on, guys.
What do we got? Hey, we have a bot for likes now. We got bot of likes.
Oh, that's not good. Don't do
that.
No,
we don't. No, we do not want to do that. But if you guys got questions too, we can also we'll take a few if they're actually decent questions, not asking ridiculous questions. Someone said he looks dangerous. Are you dangerous, Nova?
Not like the opposite of dangerous, dude. Whatever that is, I'm the opposite.
But let me see. The bunny. You got a bunny?
Yeah. Where's he at? Oh, he's eating right now. Yeah.
Where are you? You're on the East Coast, right?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. You're on the East Coast like me. All right. Good. Represent the East Coast.
Yup.
But so I'm trying to think what I paid for question. Oh, answer it. I don't know. Hey, sorry, dude. We were so into the conversation. We probably missed a bunch of donations. Please do not get upset about that. I will, trust me. I will try to get you guys back in the near future for sure. Daddy Nova.
Dude, that's so weird, because like a lot of people actually call me that, and it's just like the weirdest thing to me. It's like, why are you calling me daddy, bro? Like, come on, have some respect for yourself.
Can Nova see the chat? Yes, he can see the chat, but
I'm not on it.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
No. Whenever I do these things, I just chat off.
Chat off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might as well, because some of these are wait, hold on, we got a good one. Does bots work to buy concert tickets? I assume it works for everything, right?
It's illegal. Don't do that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you think botting sneakers will ever be illegal?
I don't know. I hope not. I don't think so though. I don't think so, because it's just like it's too, I don't know, because then it would be like, what would be considered a bot? Just like anything automated. So would like an autofill be considered a bot? That would suck. That would make no sense.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think something happened. Like people thought it was even with the PS5. Were you doing anything with the PS5s at a time, or did you stay away from that?
Yeah, I got PS5s, but I didn't like make videos about it just because
Cool.
like yeah.
Yeah. That was a touchy. I mean, people were upset about that.
Yeah. Some people were like deliberately trying to make other people mad. I think definitely the wrong approach. Like what's the point? You're making people who couldn't get it upset for what? It's just not it.
Do you think botters are misunderstood, or do you think it's just like don't hate me, hate the game, or hate the company that allows it in a way?
It's definitely both. A lot of people who don't bot have the misconception that it's just oh just press the play button and then boom, you get all the pairs you want. Definitely not the case at all. We do take on a lot of risk. Like I said, if you don't cop over like a certain period of time, you still have to pay like all of those operating expenses. Could be hundreds of dollars, could be thousands of dollars a month, depending on like how big of a scale you're going at it. But yeah, we're definitely misunderstood, especially because of the fact that if you are a manual like user, like you don't have any bots at all, and you're just like a casual sneakerhead, then more or less, if you go for a release, it's gonna take you like 5 to 10 minutes to take your L for the most part. And then what's the loss to you? Nothing really. You don't get the sneaker. But if a botter takes a L, they it's very possible that they could have lost like hundreds of dollars on a
Yeah.
single release.
Do you think like we'll get Terrence? Terrence, thank you for the 2 in super chat. He's just asking what's the best bot for beginners, NSB, or is it easy to cop? What is it? Is there like a beginners thing out there, or is it like
Dude, there's
doesn't matter?
I would say every bot would be pretty difficult to get the hang of. And NSB is pretty beginner friendly. Their UI is not that difficult to understand. But if you're gonna get into botting, please join a cook group first, because I 100% guarantee you are going to be lost if you try it for the first time. And you definitely don't want to spend more money than you have to. You have to buy all these things. You got to buy like Gmails, proxies. You might have to buy servers, and you want to get like guidance on whether or not you need all these things and like what websites you're going to go for. You need guidance. You need a team to have your back. So join a cook group first before spending like a considerable amount of money on botting.
Okay, there you go. I know a lot of people come at like I go at a lot of botters. I ain't gonna lie, but I'll be honest with you. But it's because like, I don't really necessarily hate like people who bought. I hate the game, like in effect, like you know what I mean. Like I don't think like they care in a way.
Mhm.
Like I don't think the companies care, and I always give like people who bought a hard time because they come in the chat and they'd be like, "We take an L," and they'd be like, "We just cooked 20 pairs," and they try to
Oh
rub it in our
yeah,
faces
they're
and stuff.
trolling.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
most of the time, like what you see in the chat is probably like not even real. And
probably they probably
yeah,
just
I would
bullshit.
say that's definitely like one of my biggest gripes with the botting scene is like it's probably the most toxic online community I've ever like joined. Like that includes that goes over like gaming, like competitive gaming communities, like where they get really competitive. Like
Yeah.
the botting scene is terrible in terms of like
Why do you guys compete with each
person.
other too over there? Is it like that? Like, oh, this place is better than this one, like in a way.
They like
Is there like
basically
interclashing? You
yeah,
guys have your own
they're
battles?
very critical of each other. Like if somebody makes a mistake, they would like clown them forever. Or if anyone like decides to like show their face and put themselves out there, like I do, like if you're a content creator that's also a botter, there's a good chance that a lot of people are gonna like come at your neck just because they think like, oh, you don't deserve the spotlight or what have you. Like I
Now,
don't know. It's just
now, has
a
that been
lot of
tough
it.
for you? Has that been tough for you coming out like in showing and doing this stuff as someone
Um,
in this community? Because I know, like I say, like I know for a fact like it's not a friendly environment.
yeah. Well, at first I was taken aback because my platform grew like really quickly in a short amount of time, and I kind of just had to get used to it, like kind of deal with it. It's difficult to describe. It's not something that struggle with per se, but definitely the way I like maneuver and like the way I post things, the way I present myself, is definitely much more different than it would have been if the community wasn't like super hostile. If you catch my drift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do people come at you and expect that's like because you're exposing it in a little bit in a way? Like
Yeah. Some
like
yeah.
you're making it like you know what I mean?
Yeah. Some people would say like, oh, you're bringing too many people in like the community and stuff like that. But the reason why I think is okay is because people who just join isn't gonna like get botting like right away. They're not gonna understand it right away, and it is like a lot of work to kind of like perfect it. I don't even think there's such thing as like perfecting botting because things change up all the time. So what I'm showing you today in my video might be different, might be a totally different story. The landscape could change drastically like a week from then. So yeah.
Do you think these companies are like with the pen and like a notebook, they're jotting notes, watching your videos? Do they they're doing that or
I don't think so. I don't think I'm big enough yet.
no?
Yeah, I don't think they are, but it's possible. There was this one.
Has any company hit you up though? Has any company hit you up about like their programs or anything like that? And how like okay.
I would say the thing that really took me by surprise. I forgot the store that did this, but they said they were fans of my content. I'm trying to Lapstone and Hammer.
I was what? Chat, write that. Hey, we got that.
All right. So I could tell you the story. Basically,
you gotta tell us the story.
I think I hit 10 shoes from their website. No, 8 shoes from their website. And then somebody made like a GIF of me like botting their website, and they sent it to Lapstone and Hammer Twitter. And then they were like, ask him if he got any of his pairs, right? And I was yeah. I gotta find those set of tweets. It was really funny.
Did they send you them? They sent you them, right?
No. So I replied. I replied. I was like, no, I didn't get any of the pairs, but I hope that you were able to sell them to people who like wanted to wear them and stuff. And they were like, they were saying something along the lines of like, oh yeah, we were a part of this community as well. That's why we like your work and stuff like that. Something along those lines. But I was like super flattered. I was like, holy crap, dude. Lapstone and Hammer watches like my videos, or like their PR person.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was cool. It was cool.
That's kind of funny. All right, we got a couple up in here. Sumi with a 2 in super chat. Is Torpedo the AIO? I'm not sure what that means.
Is Torpedo AIO? Yeah, it supports a bunch of websites. I don't know like all the websites they support off the top of my head, but yeah, they support like a bunch of the main ones, like Foot Sites. I definitely is the one that they're most known for.
NKIMAPMB, thank you for the 5 in super chat. Do you think botting is sustainable when resale for things like Cypher have hit 5K? At what point is the barrier too high for people to enter?
Dude, you could rent bots. Like you don't have to spend $5,000 on a bot right away. You just rent it out for like, I don't know, like $100 for a month, even if you just want to try it. There's also bots out there that you could rent out that aren't even that expensive. I remember
like Blockbuster. You can rent it.
Yeah, man. I remember for the Yeezy 350 bread drop, I rented Dash. Well, they ended up like letting me borrow it for free, but I would have paid like $20 to rent it for that particular release.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then what do? You basically review it for them, and you can tell them back like if it's good, if it's not.
Well, for that particular release, I just knew that bot was like pretty good at Easy Supply, and I wanted to like go all out. It was for the Easy 350 bread release, and that was like the bot that was just not in my arsenal, but I did want it. So I just decided to rent it out from the company that sponsors my videos. It's called Splash Station, so you can get rentals from there. So I basically was just going through their rental process, and then yeah, they just ended up giving it to me, or like letting me borrow it rather, because the guy was like, it's not a big deal, it's $20, you could just borrow it for free. Yeah.
It's Lanes. Thank you for the 5 in super chat. He says, "Give me a deal on a size 9 right now." Yes, Roszko is the man. Thank you, It's Lanes. Let me see. We got a lot of donations. Andy, thank you for the 2 in super chat. What do you recommend for beginners who want to bot? Jeez.
I believe we answered this already. Join
Yeah.
a cook group. That's it. Long story short, join a cook group before you start botting.
Because everyone's trying to see. This is where they have you. They have you right now. They got you. So that's why they want to ask you all these questions. Adam, with the Adam ASI, thank you for the 2 in super chat. What are the best foot sites, bots, Torpedo or Kodak?
Kodak, dude. Torpedo is really freaking good. I would say one bot that a lot of people are sleeping on is Kylin. It's a Chinese bot, but the reason why that bot is like super good is because you can run thousands of tasks and your data usage is like next to nothing. And also you can pre-solve the captchas so that you don't actually have to solve any captchas during the drop. So that's really sick. So that's going to be like one of my main go-tos for foot sites.
Interesting. Now, NKIPMB, thank you for the 15 in super chat. Appreciate it. Do you think botting can be sustainable when we have regulators like Congress looking to pass Grinch laws that make it illegal? Also, shout out to my friend Will. He tried to bot and was sent to prison. Nah.
What?
I don't think it's we talked about it, right? You don't think it's going to be illegal?
Yeah, right? I don't think so. Just I don't know. To be honest, personally, I'm not looking too much into it, but like in general, I don't think it's going to be illegal.
Yeah. Terrence, thank you for the 2 in super chat. Does BOTTER have his own cook group? Do you have your own cook group? Yeah,
it's called Notify. So you can go to twitter.com/notify or just notify.org. Check it out.
There you go. Is it open, or is you taking people right now, or is it closed?
It's closed. So you would basically just have to like follow the socials to try and get into it. Or if you're in like, if you're in a botting Discord where like we're partnered with, then we might do group buys for them. Sometimes it depends, but yeah, it's not really that easy to get into the group, unfortunately. Now,
what you think would be the ultimate kill of like bots? Like, what do you think, like, if you were in someone else, like if you were programming these websites, what do you think would be the ultimate way to stop, in a way, from a different perspective?
Dude,
like,
impossible, bro. Like I said,
if you had to put your license ID number, would that stop it?
Oh man,
something like ridiculous.
Dude, that's
like that.
Crazy.
No, because then you could probably fake it, right?
Not because you could fake it, but you can make a bot that puts it in for you. Like I said, if a person can do it, then a bot can do it.
There's no way to stop you. There's no way. You don't think there's a way to stop bots ever? You think that this is here?
There is a way. There is a way to stop bots, but not in the way that you're thinking. You can stop bots with infinite stock. Infinite, like.
Yeah.
They like pre-order? For example, like pre-order, or like let's say Off-White Jordan 1s, let's say they re-release them and like they do pre-orders for them. That's how you stop bots.
So essentially just like
killing resell, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
which we know probably will never happen.
Yeah. Definitely, I would definitely think it would ruin like the sneaker culture too. Just because like there wouldn't be that like, oh, I'm like one of the 6,000 people that have the sneaker. Like that like exclusivity thing is quite powerful, like in the sneaker culture. I don't know if you agree with that, but I definitely think there's some merit to it.
I mean, sneakers has always been a status in a way. Like whether people want to agree or not, it's always been like, oh, I got this, you don't have it, in a way. You know, that makes me better than you, which is
right.
Part of the game. Jexy King, thank you for the 5 in super chat. Appreciate it. No question. Thank you. Someone's like, you're trying to end his career. No, that was a good question.
It was a good question. It was a good question.
If there's any way because I look at it from a manual perspective too. Like
Right.
it's not easy. I mean, it's not easy at all. And I think I'm one of the I'll toot my own horn, man. I think I'm one of the best manual coppers in the game. That do it live in front of millions of people. But
Yeah, it's not
it's
easy to
not
put
easy.
yourself out there all the time.
Oh, no.
Especially
Especially if I take an L. If I take an L, I don't
Yeah.
hear the end of it till the next release.
Yeah, I know. I have been seeing like you're pretty consistent with as far as like drops, which I can't say the same about a lot of other YouTubers who do live cops all the time. And I would say that's definitely what puts us ahead of like our YouTube competition. Is just we're just so persistent. We just do everything, like every
fun.
drop. Yeah,
Fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy
absolutely.
like putting on. I have like the green screen with the restaurant. Like, well, not the green screen. I actually have a restaurant. I just have to. I left right now.
Okay.
But best manual capper. Hey, sir, I see that. But to time you out real quick. Hey, though, appreciate. Hey, anybody in the chat, make sure you guys like it up. Smash that like button. We got Boy Nova in the building. We've been going for about an hour or so. Which is a lot longer than I thought, but we've been having a really good time. I'm glad that he came on. I know this is something different that I usually don't cover, but I feel like, in this perspective is to learn the competition in a way. I got my eye on you, man. Now from now on.
This is what I'm about. I've never been about, oh hey, look, I can get this and you can't get it. That has never been my message. My message is, if you watch my videos, hopefully you can learn something, because I cover everything. There's some dry spells in my videos. Sometimes I just go on like 3 episodes in a row, cop nothing. And that's like the truth of it. Like sometimes even with like the most expensive bots, you can't always succeed. And I'm not like pressuring anybody to like start botting. Like I said, there's like pros and cons to it. So if you start botting, then you're risking a lot of time and money, because it's not only like the money that you put into it, but it's also the time that you put into like learning how to do all of this, and like end up staying up late just because you try to go for like every single release, like make sure everything is set up. But if you're a manual user, then there's no risk to you really. You like, if you take an L, then you take an L. Yeah, on to the next one. Not a big deal. So yeah, that's what I've always been about. Like there's different ways to cop sneakers, and this is just one of them. And there are pros and cons to both manual and botting.
Draft King, thank you for the 5 in super chat. Appreciate it. What are you looking forward to? Like what do you have your eyes on for coming up for shoes?
The trophy room Jordan 1.
I knew you were gonna say that because you brought the trophy room 5.
Yeah. Do
you have a plan for this? Like, dude, this is gonna be impossible. I feel like impossible.
I think it's gonna be very similar to what they did with the Jordan 4 Unions and the No Trade Dunks.
You think it's gonna be like that?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like that. I think it's gonna be pretty easy to cop for manual users. That's my prediction. But I don't know if you've seen pictures of the back doors.
Oh, it's been talked about a lot. I see it all over YouTube and everything.
I can't. If any of that stuff is real, then yeah, unfortunately, it's going to be hard for everybody, manual users, botters, if they actually did backdoor that much stock, because the stock I think is 12,000. That's actually not bad. So if you're having 12,000 sneakers drop on a single website, your chances are pretty freaking good. It's pretty good. It's going to take a while for it to sell out. But if they backdoored like 2/3 of that stock,
I think it's probably cut in half. I think it's easily cut in half, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just because
like those backdoor pictures, oh man. Like it just was like, oh shoot, like there goes my chance to get those.
Would you pay resale for them? Have you ever paid resale for a shoe? Even though I know you're part of the game, and you probably cop most of shoes. But have you ever paid resale for a sneaker?
I have never paid resale for a sneaker.
Never.
Actually, I tried. I had paid resale for a sneaker before to try and resell it again, but like not to like wear it. Yeah.
What's your favorite shoe right now you're wearing? What's your go-tos?
My my all-time favorite, and I think it's gonna be my favorite forever, is the Jordan 4 white cements. I think those look good with everything, every outfit. You have those on, you look fly. That's
There
it.
you go. Get the UA. No one's getting no. We don't need no UAs.
Oh yeah, some people were speculating that the pictures from the Jordan 1 trophy rooms were fake, but
You think so?
I don't know. You
I just
can't really tell.
It happened all in 1 week though. Like all of a sudden, right? Like it'd be different if it was like over gradual time. You'll see some, you'll see some, you see some, but it's only
Okay.
been over the past few days. The past few days is just everything popped up and like
Okay,
just showed
you
up.
make a good point. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's hard to tell. Like you don't know for sure if they are fake,
No,
they're not fake. You can't make a definitive like, yeah, that's fake, you know.
there's gonna be a lot of fakes. I'll tell you
Oh
that though. There
yeah, for
will be.
sure.
Especially then there's blue laces. If you get it from Trophy Room, they'll probably come with blue laces.
Yeah.
And then StockX is selling them without the blue laces, which is crazy.
Oh, why did they do that? That makes no sense to me.
Well, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. That's why they did it, because they
Oh,
know.
do you think this is a bit of like a conspiracy theory? Do you
I'm
think
all down
StockX
for it. Let's go.
would take like the blue laces out of the like
No.
no?
I think they would just rather just like rush it. Let's rush it because it's at its highest peak right now. And obviously, when it's at its highest peak, their margins are pretty, because they get a
Okay,
decent
it makes
buy.
sense. Yeah, but
So
it doesn't take much for somebody just like, all right, cool, I got some blue
that's
lace.
true. Those
But
laces
yeah,
are gonna be worth probably like $500 for some freaking laces.
oh man, hope not. It's crazy.
You might have to run a plot on that. Oh, some laces. Thomas, thank you for the 2 in super chat. Did you get a W on the dunks? Can we see the TR5? I don't know what that is.
TR5, trophy room 5.
Oh, okay. I was like,
it's
what?
in my closet. I'm not busting them out, bro. Sorry.
Did you buy GameStop? Someone said. Are you even into that? No.
No,
No. Okay.
like I do like, I'm the type of investor to like put my money into like index funds and just forget about it.
I feel you. Is let me see. All right, so I appreciate everybody. Hey, everybody's new here. Make sure you guys run it up too, real quick. Smash that like button. We got Botterboy Nova. Make sure you head over to his channel. Most of you probably already subscribed, but please go show him some love and subscribe to his channel. We'll probably go for another like 10 minutes or so, if that's all right.
Sure, yeah.
And then we'll see if anybody has any questions. This is your one and only chance. Oh, my question: Would you ever go live doing this, or are you just sticking to scripted videos?
Never gonna go live because it's so easy to accidentally leak your information.
I've done it before.
I know. I've seen.
What do you mean? No.
I was looking over your videos and I was like, just because
one drop I did, because I was so happy. I hit it manually, and it was the fucking concepts would drop. Did
you delete it? Did you like blur?
No, it's just it's blurry. It's so blurred out. Like I don't know. I'm not even bringing it up anymore. Never mind.
It's okay. Well, anyways, the entire censoring information for me is pretty much a big struggle. Like it takes up so much of my time in the editing process.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I was like thinking to myself, like, how do these guys like do this live? It's impossible. Like if I'm doing it like frame by frame and I miss it sometimes and I have to go back and revise it like every single time. And how do some people do it live? So that's why I ended up watching some of your videos and yeah, let's just say
yeah, you might have to let me know after.
Oh yeah,
you might have to let me know after, because I think it, like after once you do it for a while and like how I'm doing like 3 or 4 a week, you kind of just stick on one. I stick on everything on one monitor. Let's leave it on that, and then that's how I go from there.
Yeah.
Someone's like, how long you holding shoes for? You just holding it until it goes better? Especially, what do you have? Those Japans back there?
Yeah, that's a failed hold. Those did not go up or down in price. It's just straight up steady. If anything, it went down in price maybe by a couple bucks. But yeah, not exactly my proudest hold.
Yeah. Min Lee, thank you for the 5 in super chat. It just says UA forever. Shout out to Minor Kick. Sorry, Roszko, but I'm not paying crap ton of money for garbage shoes made in China. Hey, to each his own, man. To each his own. I'm never gonna shoot anyone down. You do you. Roszko Nova, do you think there's ever sites run like sneaker botting protection? Would it be extremely hard to cop or is it impossible? Please answer. Yeah, we talked about sneakers. That you said there's been bots that's been doing sneakers forever. You said, right?
Yeah,
Like past
yeah.
few years. And then we brought up the picture from today for everybody. We saw that everyone with all those phones, those iPhone 5s. Ask him about eStock. I have no idea what eStock is.
I think it cops. Oh yeah, actually, it's a really good bot, or so I've heard. I haven't personally tried it. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know much about it, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. Someone's like, how much do you pay for bots? We talked about the pricing, right? We touched a little bit on pricing in
Yeah.
range, right? We said dragons like 20,000.
Yeah.
Is that the most
But
expensive one?
Yeah, that's got to be the most expensive one.
Is that
And
new?
it's pretty new. It's not like brand new. To be honest, I don't know like when it came out, but all I remember is that they were selling their bot for $1,000 retail price. Like I said, I don't know when it came out, but it was pretty. It must have been pretty recent, like when they did their public launch. So they were selling for $1,000, and then at first it was reselling for $10,000, and everybody thought that was absurd. And then the price went up to $20,000. So
it could be resold like that.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
reselling. You're gonna hopefully, hey, like I said, hey, maybe you can put a name in for me. Hopefully we can get one of those guys on here that creates this stuff. Because
yeah, for sure.
It'd have to be like we'll have to make it like a big event. Be like a complex thing. JR, thank you for the 3 in super chat. Where's the best way to rent a bot?
Well, the one that I use and that sponsors my brand is Splash Station. I believe they're twitter.com/splash station. So the way, oh shit, their account got suspended. I think you could just go to discord.gg/splash, and then it'll take you to their Discord server. But yeah, it's pretty easy to rent it out. You just pick however long you want to rent it for. They'll tell you their price, then you pay them, then they'll give you the bot. That's it.
Unseen, thank you for the 2 in super chat. Appreciate it. We're not gonna ask no personal questions. We can stop that. Sir Abel, thank you for the 2 in super chat. Ask him about the bunny. Ask him about Easy Cop. He's got his bunny over there. He says his bunny's doing good.
Easy Cop. Easy Cop bot. That bot has been around for a while. Not too many people knew that, but I think they got bought out by a different company. But as far as I know, pretty solid foot site bot. I'm not sure what other platforms it supports, but I've heard good things about it.
There you go. All right, well, we'll probably end it right there. Someone's like, Roszko's switching sides. Just to clarify, I wanted to have BOTTER on here just so we can get a different perspective and get to know him. He seems like a real nice guy. And I really appreciate you coming on here tonight and coming to the, my neck of the woods. It can be a little bit crazy over here. But no, I'm not switching sides. We're just having a fun conversation, and I like to know more. I don't know anything. Like I'll admit, I don't know anything about what you do, in a sense. So it was pretty much, learning about that stuff.
Conversation is definitely encouraged because there's not too much. There's too many people who just assume things, which is definitely not good. So I really commend you for, trying to understand like how things go, like with the botting.
Yeah, just like like I said, like just learning like also what sites to stay away from, what which one you're gonna, which ones and to better our chances too, because like I help a lot of people try to just like the normal people that just want to get a pair of shoes to wear.
Of course,
I want to help them as well. So
yeah.
But to learn another different side and see that your community is pretty interesting, and I really appreciate you coming on, and I hopefully maybe in the near future we can do this again.
Sure.
But I appreciate everybody. Obviously, for everyone coming through tonight, make sure you guys run it up one more time. Start smashing that like button. And also, if you're not, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you guys are not subscribed, make sure you guys head over to Bada Boy Nova's channel and go check that out. He's got a new video coming.
I don't know. Whenever I finish it, it's gonna be out. But yeah,
All right.
I'm editing all the time. Don't worry, I'm working on it.
All right. So there you go. I appreciate everybody for coming through tonight. We're going to end it here. I'll see you guys later. Peace.